Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Nez Nation Live. Happy Friday. Grab your drinks, get your favorite beverage, grab your favorite snack, your favorite chow, your favorite din din snack, whatever it is, because your boy Nez has got you covered. We got a lot to cover today. But first, cheers. It is great to see you. Come on in, come on in. Live viewers, if you're watching this on the replay, give me a team replay in the comments or just type in TR in the chat down below. Cheers. Happy Friday. So we got a lot to talk about today. Holy macadamia nut. We've got a Trump sentencing that's been delayed. RFK Jr removed from major, crucial swing state ballots, and a whole lot more we're going to cover. But first, I want to talk about crackhead Hunter Biden. I actually didn't plan on calling him that, but it is a fact. It is the truth. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Make sure you tap. Where's my banner? For crying out loud, Nez, what's wrong with you? Please tap that thumbs up. Why? Because it helps us get more traction with the algorithm. It's not for me. If you want to get your country back November 5th, give me a yeah in the comments. Just give me a big capital yeah in the comments if you want to get your country back. And then please tap that thumbs up because it helps us out. It's so great to see you. We got the best mods in the biz, Naz. Chuck Kreiner in the house. Good to see you, CK. China Baby, long time no see. It is so awesome to see you all here. Jojo in the house. Good to see you, Jojo. It is awesome to see you. Laura Tilford is here. Good to see you, Laura. Cheers. It's Friday night. Cheers. Grab your favorite beverage. Grab your favorite snack. I'm going to take care of everything. So Hunter Biden released a statement after he pleaded guilty to 9. Everybody was surprised by this. I'm going to play a clip by the great legal analyst, legal expert, Jonathan Turley, in just a second. This is a guy who has essentially said the same thing that we've all been saying, the same thing that undercover DOJ official in that video I put out yesterday, which was, based on the amazing Crowder mug Incorporated, went undercover and elucidated so much, everything that we've known for so many months, for so many years. All these indictments, they were all basically shams. It was lawfare with a capital L. And so we're going to have Jonathan Turley, who basically said the same thing back in the day. He was one of the first legal experts to really express shock as to what is exactly the crime in this Alvin Do Nothing Bragg, the fake Don Juan Merchan hush money trial. Nobody really understood what the crime was. There was no victim. It was an exchange, a transaction of an NDA, which is very normal in business transactions of that sort. And nobody understood what the crime was. It seemed like it was totally made up. And the undercover DOJ official last night completely confirmed that. So he pleaded guilty. Everybody was shocked by this. Guilty to 9 federal tax charges, saying he wanted to spare his family from being, quote, publicly humiliated by a trial. Oh, I'm sure that's what you were thinking. He says, quote, I went to trial in Delaware not realizing the anguish it would cause my family, and I will not put them through it again. He's talking about the gun trial. When it became clear, which he was guilty, when it became clear to me that the same prosecutors were focused not on justice, but on dehumanizing me for my actions during my addiction, there was only one path left for me. What an LAD. Give me a capital LAD, lion-ass dog, Hunter Biden. Quote, I will not subject my family to more pain, more invasions of privacy, and needless embarrassment. For all I have put them through over the years, I can spare them this. You can spare us a lot, Hunter Biden, especially this BS. And so I have decided to plead guilty, he added. So there's a lot of speculation, myself included, which is, his father's the president. He can plead guilty, not have to go through this whole rigmarole and the public embarrassment, like he doesn't have enough public embarrassment. And instead of this, fake mushy story about sparing his family, he basically gets to coast because he knows Either Kamala's going to bail him out and pardon him, or his dad is going to pardon him. Let's hear what Jonathan Turley has to say about this. Let me just share that really quickly right now, coming up. Check this out.
Well, it's interesting because if they wanted to maximize the chances that his father would reverse his decision, this would do it. The scheduling date for the hearing was put in the sweet spot if you're looking for a pardon, because this would come after the election with weeks before his father left office. And if the sentence turns out to be a harsh one, that will add pressure to his father that maybe I will give myself this liberty of working for the interest of my own family. That is what Bill Clinton did. He waited to the very end and then gave his brother a pardon. I mean, what's really striking about today, Jesse, is that this is the party that often talks about privilege, but this may be the single most privileged individual you could find.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he, at least since Marie Antoinette. I mean, if you look at what happened in that hearing, you know, he wanted to plead guilty without admitting guilt. It was such a vintage Hunter Biden moment. This is how he was raised. He's had this army of enablers around him that have allowed him to evade that type of responsibility. But he was doing it in a case where his guilt was not just established, it was just screaming from the pages. I mean, they knew that if they went into that courtroom, the jury would not take kindly to this argument because those jurors pay their taxes. And having some really wealthy, privileged guy say that I paid him, 6 years late, and it's because I had an addiction would not likely go over well with that jury.
Yeah. Do you see why the country thinks the justice system's rigged? This is a guy who had escorts. They had diamonds. He was losing from the Chinese. He's smoking crack. He's getting Porsches from overseas. He's showing his clients his dad's office at the White House. I mean, any other guy, this guy's facing 17 years. He's got gun charges, felonies. And this guy's not going to serve any time because he's going to get pardoned. Don't you see why people don't trust the entire system here?
Well, the interesting aspect of all this is that it is his entitlement that produced his undoing. For all of this chaos that the Biden legal team has created, from holding that bizarre press conference outside of Congress to the reaction when the first plea deal fell through, to that actual first plea deal, which was so obscene, over the top, that even the prosecutor admitted he had never seen anyone given that type of deal. All of that was because of a sense of entitlement, that he expected that. And in each case, it has led to a spectacular failure through this entire series of events.
Well,
wow. So, yeah, I mean, it's just more of the hypocrisy by the hypocrites. Is anybody really surprised by that? And so what's going to happen now? Hunter Biden's attorney, Abby Lowell, said in a separate statement that this plea prevents a show trial. Yeah, like exactly what they did with Trump, essentially. It was all a show trial because all of those indictments were a complete sham. And Turley has even confirmed that. And so what's going to happen is that he could face a maximum penalty of 17 years in prison. In a press release, the Justice Department said that actual sentences for federal crimes are typically less than the maximum penalties. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after taking into account the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. But we thought you were innocent, Hunter. I thought you were innocent. What happened, Hunter? Everybody said you were innocent. So, I mean, you said you were innocent. So this seems very, very strange. It seems like nepotism is at play. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Well said, Laura. Laura says that's the Democrats' rules. For thee, but not for me. Exactly. They don't want border walls for our country, but they have every single one of their mansions. Bill Clinton, Obama, Schiff, Pelosi, they all have borders. They all have huge walls surrounding their mansions, right? They want to defund the police, except when they go out in public, they hire their own private security escort. George Clooney, all the Holly weirdo mega donors, they got everything, for themselves, but they don't care about you. It is only for me and not V. Well said, Laura. 100%. Okay, Trump is so. I always hesitate because I don't want to spike the football. You guys know this. I've said time and time again, I never, ever pay attention to the polls. I don't take any polls seriously, even if it says Trump is up by 100%. But it's hard to deny that this is not a very, very huge win. Donald Trump's sentencing, this is really big. Donald Trump's sentencing in the hush money trial, Judge Fake Don Mershon has just ruled that they are going to delay the sentencing until after the election. So this is essentially Fake Don Juan Mershon's way of essentially saying, you know what? I think we're going to do the right thing, and we're going to remember this has been delayed. How many times has this been delayed? He was supposed to be sentenced in wasn't it August or was it July? I can't even remember. They delayed that. Would say, okay, we'll do it in September. Remember, it was supposed to be like just a couple of, if memory serves me correct, it was supposed to be just a couple of days either before or after. I can't remember the RNC. Maybe somebody can remind me in the comments. It's such a sham and it's so fraudulent that I rarely am able to draw from memory because it's such a black memory. This whole trial and the whole fact that Pelosi and Obama and everybody was spiking the football, tombstone Biden when he was convicted, when we all know, everybody knows, and the DOJ official who was undercover has confirmed this, that it was a complete sham. The latest updates indicate that it's been delayed until November 26th, and the decision was made by Judge Juan Mershon, the fake Don, who stated that the delay was to avoid any appearance that the judicial process was influencing or being influenced by the presidential election in which Trump is a candidate. Can you believe this? What have they been doing since day one? What have they been doing since day numero uno? They've been interfering with the election. Now they're coming back with Russia, Russia, Russia. Now it's the Russian hoax. Oh my God, the Russians are paying tenant media. They're paying a bunch of podcasters. Oh my goodness. People like me, essentially. And the FBI is going after them instead of actually going after these millions and millions of cartel thug gangs from Venezuela, South America, China, and the Middle East. What are they doing? They're going after podcasters. And so that's election interference. And also Facebook is still censoring people. Google said it was a glitch when they allowed Kamala Harris's campaign to run those fake ads on Google search, which gave her the top ranking. Oh, it was a glitch. It was just a glitch, right? Oh, and then Alexa, did you see this? By the way, I got to show you this. Did you guys see what happened with Alexa? When you ask Alexa, who do you think I should vote for in the 2024 election? Did you guys see this? Well, this is quite interesting, I would say. Let me know if you guys in the comments have seen this video. This video actually went viral of this woman who, let me see. I'm going to share this right here. So Amazon said it was a glitch. The FBI says, oh, you know what? We should have had somebody on the roof. Yeah, I know. It was just a miscommunication. Why didn't you talk to local law enforcement? Local law enforcement warned you that you have an empty, within range roof that is not being supervised, that it should have somebody posted there. Why didn't you heed their warning? Oh, we never actually heard that. I don't know. The radio didn't work. right? Everything's just a convenient glitch. That's all it is. Everything's just a convenient glitch. Well, guess what? Amazon's no different, because listen to this. If you didn't hear this, this is a woman who recorded herself asking Alexa why she should vote for each candidate. I guarantee you're not going to be surprised by these responses.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot provide content that promotes a specific political party or a specific candidate.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a strong candidate with a proven track record of accomplishment. As the first female vice president, Harris has already broken down a major gender barrier, and her career in politics has been characterized by a commitment to progressive ideals and a focus on helping disenfranchised communities.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Disenfranchised communities? She's already broken the gender barrier? Are you kidding me? Right? What track record of accomplishments? I mean, who in the world? So this is like warfare, y'all. And by the way, so if you try to do it now, it's going to have the same response for both. That was only one video of many videos of people asking Alexa, hey, Alexa, why should I vote for Trump? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to comment. Hey, Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris? Because she's got such an amazing track record. What? First of all, what track record? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me? And by the way, Amazon then reported and said, oh, sorry, it was a glitch. We just had some strange glitch. It's only a glitch when they get caught. That's when they say it's a glitch. If that woman's video hadn't have gone viral, because basically what she did is she forced and inspired a bunch of other people to do the same thing. There was a bunch of videos of the exact same response. I'm not allowed to comment on presidential elections. When you ask about Trump, when you ask about Kamala, oh, she's amazing. She's got a great track record. She's breaking all these systemic racist gender barriers, garbage, woke, DEI, cancerous garbage. Give me a garbage. Give me a trash emoji in the comments right now. Absolute garbage. It was a glitch. Amazon, do you care to comment on this? Why is Alexa telling me that it can't tell me why I should vote for Trump, but it's got a litany of lies that are meant to persuade? That's election interference. That's real election interference. And the woke media mafia is doing the same thing. Good to see you, MG. We got the best mods in the business. Thank you, Howie. It's good to see you. My man JB in the house. Now, I want to hear your comments. So this is why. This is just another reason. They only claim it's a mistake. It's an error. Oops. They only claim oops when they get caught. That's the only time they say oops. My fellow Americans, Nez Nation, this is an all-out assault on our constitutional republic. This is an all-out assault. This is a propagandist war machine. The DNC has enlisted every army that it can. Holly Weirdo, all the mega donors from Holly Weirdo, the entire woke corporate media, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, you know them. You know all of them, right? All the social media platforms except for maybe X. Okay. Google terminated Tenet Media's YouTube channel because they were deemed to be in collusion with Russia. Google owns YouTube. So print, radio, newspapers, the LA Times, New York Times, Washington Post, all the major periodicals, essentially, all the major radio stations, all the major networks, all the major social media platforms, Facebook, Google, Instagram, you name it, right? This is why Rumble and X are so near and dear to my heart. And I'm trying to establish, a more of a presence there. Make sure my mods, if you don't mind, make sure that you get share links to my Rumble and X, please. It's in the description of the video too. Hey, thank you so much, CK. I love you. We got the best. I love all the mods. You're fantastic, Chucky. It's so great to have you back. I feel like we've got to revamp a whole new, fresh look for our mods, and I couldn't be happier. I love you guys. Thank you, Chuck. Stick around. I'll give you a shout out at the end, too. This is an all-out assault. Now AI? Now you're enlisting artificial intelligence? And yet Trump is the one who's engaging every time. He still has a gag order on him, by the way. And yet Trump is the one who's committing. You're having Cash Money G, Fannie Willis, who the whistleblower, I shouldn't say whistleblower because it was kind of unbeknownst to him, but the DOJ official confessed in that video I posted yesterday that she's a joke. His words, she's a joke. Her and her boyfriend are a joke. It's a, quote, perversion of justice. Everything that we knew. Everything that we've known for the longest time. And yet Trump is the one who's committing election interference. How does that make sense? So my fellow Americans, this is why I say tap the thumbs up. We need these videos to get out to as many people as possible. We need to spread the word. We need to fight back tooth and nail. Fang, claw, tooth, nail, scratching, kicking. We cannot. I don't care what the polls say. There's so many other channels and content creators and media personalities out there. I'm very chagrined about them spiking the football. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know the numbers are fantastic. The numbers are looking good. And this debate that's going to happen on next Tuesday, I believe it's the 10th, which we're going to go live, by the way. You want to make sure you subscribe and sign up for our free newsletter. Really, all the pressure is on Kamala. I mean, Trump is the one who's been giving interviews, press conferences, live town halls, live Q&A, podcast interviews, YouTube interviews. He's been all over the place. It's Kamala who's been hiding. It's Kamala who's been shirking her duties. It's Kamala who's been trying to be invisible, refusing to talk to anybody, because she doesn't have anything to share. She has zero to share. She's an installed puppet. That's a fact. That's just a capital F-A-C-T fact. All of the burden that she wants to be unburdened. I can't even say that word anymore. I can't even say the word burden anymore because of her. All the pressure is on her shoulders. Everything is on her shoulders. So, the fact that, here's the last thing I want to say about this. The fact that fake Don Juan Merchan has delayed sentencing to this hush money trial, this sham 34 felony convictions, is because he knows it's complete bupkis, and he knows that every time they come after him, he wants to put him in jail. I guarantee you, fake Don Juan Merchan wants to put Trump in jail. And he knows that's going to seal Kamala Harris and the entire cabal, the Obama-Clinton consortium. It's going to seal their fate because every single state will go red. It will be 50-0. It will be a complete landslide, even bigger than Reagan in the 80s. It'll be a monumental landslide if they put him in prison, or if they say we're going to put him in prison. I mean, he's not going to go to prison. He's going to appeal. There'll be a long process. He's got the best lawyers on the planet. But the whole point of producing, this is the real crux of this. And this is why I titled this, Trump Keeps Winning. The whole point of this was to impede him, to slam him, to slander him. If you go back to the videos that I produced back in April, back in May, and all the way up to the verdict, I kept saying the only reason they're doing this is so they can slap the adjective convicted felon. Instead of calling him former President Donald Trump, they want to call him convicted felon Donald Trump. That was the only thing. And they couldn't believe what happened. It backfired. It completely backfired. His approval ratings went up the roof. His donations, the money he raised, 50 million, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, it was upwards of 48, 49 million the day after the verdict was released. It completely backfired on them. Because the number one thing that these hypocrite, elitist, narcissist hypocrites keep doing is they underestimate you and they underestimate me. They think that we're complete lemmings. They think we'll just nod our head, sop it up, and ask for seconds. We see through all the woke media. We see through all the propaganda. Trump himself said, Americans are waking up. Americans are smart. They're not falling for this crap anymore. That's right. Peter Ortiz is in the house. We need some balls. We need to get our country back. If you want to get our country back, we need somebody with balls in there. We need somebody who's going to stand up to Kim Jong-un. We need somebody who's going to stand up to Vladimir Putin, stand up to President Xi. We need somebody who's going to stand up for the highest office in the land. You want somebody who's maybe going to be a little bit of a prick. I want the prick. If I'm ever in trouble, I've said this so many times. I've said this 1,000,006 times. God forbid any of us get in trouble. Do you want the guy who's going to be Mr. Happy Pants and joy, beta, spineless, letting people walk over them? Or do you want the guy who's going to walk up to you and be like, hey, buddy, no, you're not doing that to my client. You're not doing that to my country. You're not doing that to my citizens. Here's the deal. This is what we're going to do. Oh my God, you're such a prick. You're damn right. We're not playing, this isn't puppy dogs and ice cream. We're talking about millions of millions and millions of people. I don't understand this whole idea. He's just so rude. He's such a prick. He's so mean. Look at the type of job. Look at the criteria. Look at the requirements. I don't want somebody who's going to be floating around like a butterfly and wanting to be nice and friends with everybody. I want somebody who's going to stand firm, who's got conviction, who has the balls to say, you, President Xi, are wrong. You, Ayatollahs, you better back the F up. You, Kim Jong-un, you need to chill out with those ballistic missile tests. That's the kind of person we need. Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate you. Thank you. So the whole purpose of this trial was to say he's a convicted felon, and then they were going to ram that and jab it through everybody's cranium, every single commercial, every single conference, every single interview. They were going to say convicted felon. How can you vote? How many times have you tried to talk to a woke, radical, communist liberal, and they've said, you're actually going to vote for, he is a convicted felon. How could you vote for a convicted felon? I mean, it worked somewhat. Half the country still can't believe that we're voting for a convicted felon. Half the country still has zero idea, zero clue of the contextual understanding that this was just a complete sham and meant to defame him, meant to defraud him, meant to imprison him, and just meant to plain stop him at all costs. Congratulations, it's just Kalani. Professor Nez is where I come for the best content. This is the best place you need to be. I've said this before. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. There's no other media personality or content creator that has the inside experience and firsthand witness account of who these hypocrites are. I know them. I've worked with them. I've been around them for decades. They don't give a rat's ass about you, and they don't give a rat's ass about me. That gives me a little extra insider edge. I speak from experiential wisdom, y'all. Congratulations, Kalani. It's fantastic. Yeah, it was just a glitch. Amazon said it was just a glitch, Dashhound. It was just a glitch. So this whole entire case is going to be dismissed. Why? Because it's backfired. It's backfired. They keep delaying. I mean, you actually think if they had real chutzpah and real weight, and they had real validity behind these charges, you think they'd keep delaying like this, delaying? No. They keep delaying and delaying, hoping that his ratings are going to go down, hoping his approval is going to go down, hoping that they're using it like a kind of ace in the hole, like a backup emergency card, like a get out of jail card. That's all I mean, pun intended. Actually, no pun intended. They're just using it as a backup, a contingency. That's all. They're not trying to do the right thing. They're not trying to not interfere with the election. All they've been doing is interfering with the election. 100%. Did you guys see that article by AP against J.D. Vance? You want to talk about election interference. I wonder if you guys saw that. And I think that post has something like 5 million views now. So I want to show this to you guys because this is most egregious, okay? So the AP published this article, okay? And that isn't even what he said. This is what's absolutely atrocious. Let me share the screen here. I don't know how many of you guys saw this, but this happened not that long ago. And essentially what you have here is the Associated Press quoting J.D. Vance saying school shootings are a fact of life. J.D. Vance says school shootings are a fact of life. And only later did they add calls for better security. This has 2.5 million views if you look at the first red circle there. And at the very bottom, they deleted the tweet. They deleted the post. Why? Because this is what he actually said. Okay? What he actually said was this.
Now, look, the Kamala Harris answer to this is to take law-abiding American citizens' guns away from them. That is what Kamala Harris wants to do. She says, look, I don't like this. I don't like to admit this. I don't like that this is a fact of life. But if you are a psycho and you want to make headlines.
Okay, did you guys hear that? So the actual truth was, he said, I don't like the fact that this is become a fact of life. Meaning, I don't think any American does, including J.D. Vance, who's a former Marine, who served his country, who is somebody who raised himself on his own bootstraps. He is literally, it makes no sense. Why do the liberals keep attacking J.D. Vance's character, his background, and his military service? To me, it is absolutely nuts that you would attack this guy like that. How does that make an ounce of sense? This is literally the embodiment of the American dream. This guy came from nothing, worked his butt off, went to law school at Yale, graduated, became a Marine, fought for his country, became successful. He came from abject poverty. He's a Midwestern, old town rural boy who went from poverty to the top of his class. I mean, that's the American dream. And now he's a vice president pick. He's potentially the next vice president of the United States of America. Why would you attack somebody like that? When you've got Tim AWOLs, who's lied over and over and over again about his military background. I mean, make it make sense. Can somebody make it make sense? How does that make an ounce of sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. So, I mean, that to me right there, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, that is election interference. No, not what Trump's doing. It's what the collective efforts of the DNC, Holly Weirdo, all the mega donors, all of their attempts to censor people, 1984 tactics, their attempts to spread disinformation, go after people who are trying to tell the truth, arrest people who are trying to tell the truth. I mean, they might come for me next. I don't know. They just might. You never know. I hope to see you guys soon. Bookmark this. That, my friends, is election interference. Okay, so we talked about Hunter Biden pleading guilty, hoping that his father is going to bail him out. We talked about Trump, getting amazing news. Let's talk about RFK Jr., okay? So RFK Jr. has been removed, or is potentially going to get removed from major ballots in Michigan and North Carolina, from the presidential ballots. So an appeal court in Michigan ruled that RFK Jr. can have his name removed from the November presidential ballot. This decision came after a series of legal battles where initially a lower court had ruled that his name must stay on the ballot. However, the appeals court overturned this, allowing for his removal. That was in Michigan. Now, in North Carolina, there was also a legal decision to remove RFK Jr.'s from the ballot. This was part of a broader narrative where courts and election boards across different states were deciding on his ballot presence, often citing procedural issues or the timing of his withdrawal request. This is huge. This is really, really significant that essentially RFK Jr. has been dropped in major swing states, North Carolina and Michigan. Remember, he has told all of his supporters unequivocally that not only does he A, endorse Trump, not only does he B, support Trump, not only does he C, want to make America healthy again, he's essentially coined that and trademarked that phrase, but he went on the record. I shared this in a previous live stream. He went on the record and told everybody, all his followers, to go vote for Trump. That's what he did. He told all his followers to vote for Trump. He was also at the event with Vivek Ramaswamy in Anaheim, not that far away from me. I don't know why I didn't go there. Probably because I had to take my kids. But he was at an event recently where he surprised the crowd, which I thought was pretty cool. He surprised Vivek and Tucker Carlson. It was Tucker Carlson's doing this big, huge live tour, which is absolutely fabulous. And so this is really, really big news. Really, really big news. And it helps Trump. Because before, they were saying that he can't remove his name. And then the appeals court has essentially said, no. He can definitely remove his name if he wants to. And so now it is official in Michigan, huge swing state, Michigan and North Carolina. His name is taken off the ballot, which does nothing but help Donald Trump. Big time. Big time helps Donald Trump. I want to know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on RFK Jr. being removed from the ballots. Who do you think that helps? I think it helps Trump big time. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to read your comments. The North Carolina Democratic Party chair is pissed, of course. So this just gives you a great indication that RFK Jr.'s name needs to be removed from the ballot. She says it's actually costing our election system. And this push is interfering with, how is this interfering with our election system and the integrity of it? The guy suspended his campaign. Why would you vote for somebody who's not running anymore? This is how the hypocrites think. How does that make any sense? So here's the actual ruling. I want to share this with you. Here's the actual ruling of it. Check this out. So this came out of Michigan, and you can see Plaintiff sought to have his name withdrawn from the ballot in advance of the upcoming general election. While the request was made close to the deadline for defendant to give notice of candidates to local election officials, it was not made so late that latches should apply. Additionally, we conclude, I don't know what a latch is, that the absence of any statutory authority prohibiting his withdrawal gave plaintiff a clear legal right to have his name removed from the ballot. So the appeals court did the right thing. Exactly, Jim. Jim says, you know it's the right thing to do if the Dems exactly. If the Dems are pissed, you know it's the right thing to do. Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. That's exactly right. Howie says we got to all vote and watch the poll people make sure. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. That is 100%. We need to do that. Somebody very, very prominent just announced recently that they're leaving the Democratic Party. Another Democrat, a very prominent Democrat, mind you, has said that they are gone. I want to share this with you. How many of you guys know who Alan Dershowitz is? Alan Dershowitz, who is a very, very prominent. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Ani. I really appreciate you. Stick around. I'll give you a live shout out at the end. Thank you, Ani. Wow. Thank you, Professor Nez, for all your dedication in getting the truth out in the way. Thank you for the $49.99, $50 super chat. Wow. Thank you so much, Ani. I really appreciate you. I love your content and pray your channel keeps growing. Thank you so, so much. You have no idea how much that means to me. If you love your country and you want to get your country back, give me a huge yeah. Give me some American flag emojis in the comments. That's what I want to see. Ani, that is so fantastic. If I'm not saying that right, if it's Annie, let me know. If it's Ani, give me a 1 in the comments. If it's Annie, give me a 2. Thank you so, so much. That is very, very sweet of you. All of the proceeds go back into the channel so I can continue creating free content for you guys. I really, really appreciate that. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah. I see a lot of yeahs. I see a lot of yeahs. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful and gorgeous. Don't you just love that? Yes, God is good. Absolutely. Should we do a quick prayer? I want to do a quick prayer real fast. Let's do a quick prayer for President Trump and our country. I want to do a quick prayer, just a quick one. You know, I don't do prayers like anybody you've ever known. My prayers are very personal. They're very kind of I have a very personal relationship with God, and I have my own methodology. So if you've never heard this before, you're about to hear Professor Nez pray, and then I'll show you what Alan Dershowitz said about leaving the Democratic Party. Okay. Dear God, first I want to say thank you so, so much for all of the blessings. Thank you for my family's health. Thank you for everybody's health. Thank you for my health. Thank you for all the blessings, all the beautiful things that you've bestowed upon me, myself, my family, everybody I love. Thank you so, so, so much. I ask you for a very specific prayer, God. I ask you for specific help. I ask you to please, please bless President Donald Trump. Please keep him safe. Please keep him in your grasp. Please keep him in your care. Please make sure nothing happens to him. And for the love of our country, for everybody, for the good of the United States of America, please, God, lend your loving, powerful hand on his brow so that he can bring it home on November 5th. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so, so much. Love you. Amen. So I have very, very personal prayers that I do. And, you know, it's funny because so many people will say, well Nez, I'm not religious. Like, I'm not religious. I'm very open to, I don't judge, I don't judge anybody. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your church is. I don't care what you believe in. I love them all. Jesus, Buddha, I love them all. I think they all, it's kind of like that saying, we're all just traveling home, but sometimes we just take different roads. And I welcome everything. And so, do I read the Bible? Yes. Do I read the Tao Te Ching? Yes. I haven't read the Quran. I probably should, maybe one day. But I have I have my own way of doing it, and it works for me. And it's worked. I can tell you this. Hold on a second. I can tell you this without a shadow of hyperbole. I can tell you this, that the power of prayer, the power of getting in that sort of calm, contemplative, meditative state, and I live for that every day. I talk to God every single day of my life. I try to show gratitude. I try to pray for those who need it. I have different kinds of prayers too. I have a universal prayer where I pray for everybody. I have prayers that are very specific for people that I know are having a hard time right now. I pray for people I don't know all the time. And mostly I pray for my kids, my wife, and my family. But I can tell you right now, the power of prayer has gotten me through many a dark time, many a dark nights of the soul. Not only that, but it works. It works. I am living proof that it works. And so find your grace, make your peace with God. It's a beautiful thing. And don't let anybody judge you. There's not one right way or wrong way to do it. There's not this way's better and that way's not, this way's worse. There is no right or wrong. It is up to you. God loves us all. If there's one thing I know that's capital T true, God loves all of us. And love is the most powerful force in creation. And he is that force. So God bless you all. This is fantastic. So let's check this out. I love it. I love it. Maybe I'll do maybe I'll do an entire live stream of just prayer. Who knows? I love that stuff. It's just, I love it. And it's very personal for me. It's kind of I'm a little bit nervous right now, kind of sharing that, but it's very personal to me. And I know it's personal to you guys too. And everybody does it in their own way. And God bless you. So Alan Dershowitz, check this out. Alan Dershowitz has said this recently, which has made, headlines everywhere. Listen to this.
There were no fine people at the debate, at the standing outside of the convention center and screaming, Hamas will win, screaming, we are all Hamas, screaming, there was nothing wrong with October 7th. What's wrong with October 7th? Somebody said. No, there aren't fine people, and they don't make fine points. And so I was disgusted at the Democratic National Convention, absolutely disgusted.
We're speaking with Harvard Law Professor Emeritus Alan Avi Dershowitz. So are you ready to leave the Democratic Party?
Democratic Party. I am no longer a Democrat. I am an independent. I'll decide who to vote for at the last minute based on totality of the circumstances. I want to see how they deal with Iran. I want to see how they deal if Iran attacks the United States. I want to encourage the current administration to support Israel. So I'm not revealing my vote until, maybe November 1st. Great to hear all the information, all the evidence, but I'm no longer a member of the Democratic Party.
When did you resign the Democratic Party?
Well, gradually over time, I think a lot of things pushed me in that direction. Kamala Harris's failure to comply with her constitutional obligation to preside over the Senate and the House joint sessions for Netanyahu pushed me a lot over that. And what Joe Biden said pushed me over that. But
this is not anything new, by the way. This has been happening over and over and over again. There's this hashtag walk away movement that's been gaining a lot of ground. Some videos that I produced lately showing long time. We're talking like not just long term, not just a couple of years. These are lifelong Democrats. Lifelong Democrats. They've been Democrats their entire life. They voted blue their entire life. Their parents have voted blue. Their grandparents have voted blue. And they are now like, enough is enough. And it's a beautiful thing to see. 10, 20 years ago, I was a Democrat, just to be honest. I was. It's kind of that old line, if you're in your 20s and you're not a Democrat, there's something wrong with you. But if once you get old and mature and you're still a Democrat, there's definitely something wrong with you. But it doesn't, I think if what was happening now happened 15, 20 years ago, I think it would have spelled the end of this entire party. And I know there's still a lot of people out there that have TDS. There's still a lot of people out there that believe everything Don Lemon says and Joe Scarborough and Rachel Maddow, and they just sop it up and ask for seconds. But I don't know about you guys. I'm seeing a lot more people coming around, people actually kind of waking up, if you will, really waking up, not woke, waking, not woke, anything but woke. And so I'm really impressed with that. I think that's amazing. And Dershowitz is somebody who really is a prominent figure. And so that is absolutely huge news. That is absolutely huge news. Let me know what you think of that. Is that a sign of things to come? Is that a sign of anything particular, anything specific, anything significant? I would love to get your thoughts on that. Here's something that's really, really cool that I think further signifies Trump is doing phenomenally well. He's had a phenomenal last couple of months, in my opinion. The National Fraternal Order of Police has issued this. They are endorsing Trump. The nation's oldest and largest police labor organization will support Trump on Election Day. I've always believed in law and order. I know Trump believes in law and order. Trump on Truth Social said thank you to the National Fraternal Order of Police. This is a really cool photo right here that Trump posted on Truth Social. America's law enforcement supports America's fighter, especially now with everything that we see happening. These illegal cartel thug gang members, these Venezuelans, taking over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado, Chicago, New York. I think with all intents and purposes, America's cities are under siege. I think American cities are under siege. And if you want more of this, if you want this to come to a city near you, oh, by the way, you want some more proof? Check this out. So I think that's really cool that the National Fraternal Order of Police has endorsed Trump and J.D. Vance. Full quote here: our members carefully considered the positions of the candidates on the issues, and there was no doubt, zero doubt, as to who they want as our president. I posted this not that long ago. This was a report that came out. Let me share this with you guys. So Venezuelan gang members have arrested in Colorado shooting were Biden-Harris parolees. Let me repeat that. Venezuelan gang members arrested in Colorado shooting were Biden-Harris parolees. 4 members of Venezuelan's Tren de Aragua gang, including 2 on parole from the Biden-Harris administration, were arrested following a shooting in Aurora, Colorado. The gang members released after crossing the border illegally. These were the same gangsters and gang members who were involved in taking over the local apartment complex. And ICE confirmed the arrests and detention of the suspects, now facing multiple felony charges. So these guys crossed the border illegally through Biden and Kamala's open border policy, God knows. And by the way, these are only the reported criminal offenses. Can you imagine all the things that these cartel members, these thugs from the Middle East, from China, from Venezuela, from South America, from Mexico, from God knows where else? Can you imagine the things that they've done that have gone past the radar, gone under the radar, and were never reported? So who do you think the Fraternal Order of Police is going to endorse? When Trump, on day one of his presidency, enacted the toughest border policies, and it was that famous sign he pointed to. It was that famous chart that saved him. Remember? It was that famous chart that saved him when he turned his head to look at that chart when he was president. When he was president, we had the lowest border crossings in the last 50, 60 years. And then you got Biden saying, oh, I don't have any power. I can't do anything. I need help. No, you don't need anything. You could have ruled an executive order back in January. And then out of the blue, he's like, well, I've issued an executive order. I mean, it is absolute bananas. It is a clown show, the Biden-Harris administration. It is nothing short of literally, I'm trying to think of that show, Monty Python. It's like Monty Python. The entire administration, it's like watching a Monty Python show. It's just so absurd. It's so over the top. It can't be real. It defies reality. Am I the only one? So if you want more of this, okay, if you want more of this, just vote for Biden and Harris coming to a city near you. So that is really, really cool that they endorsed him. We got some Gavin Newsom. Oh, you know what? I've got something to show you too. I've got a chart myself. Just speaking on that, let me share this really quickly before we talk about Gavin Newsom. Check this out. Trump is winning, y'all. Trump is winning. Again, I don't like to spike the football, but it is just like, how in the world can anybody vote for these people? How? I don't get it. Okay, so check this out. Hold on a second. So this is 2023. Look at the chart. And let me just back up for a second. So these are apprehensions and expulsions registered by the United States Border Patrol, which, by the way, the Border Patrol Union, guess who they've endorsed? You guessed it. Guess who they've endorsed? Trump, of course. And they are vehemently opposed to Biden-Harris. I mean, like, with spite. They absolutely abhor Biden and Harris. So look at the last bar is 2023. These are apprehensions and expulsions registered by the United States Border Patrol Union. If you look, when Trump was president, 47-year low, 2017. And then look at 2021, okay? So we had a 47-year low when Trump was president. And then 2021, look at the spikes, 2022. They almost doubled in 2023. They almost doubled from 2021 to 2023. Look at those huge spikes right there. By the way, guys, this is just data. This is just facts. You do your own research. You exercise your own critical thinking. This is the kind of stuff I keep telling you guys. I do my very own due diligence. My wife is a brilliant researcher. We do all our own quantitative and qualitative research. We've been doing this for years, decades. We're the best in the business. And so it doesn't take much to find this stuff out, but I do it for you so you don't have to worry about it. But you need to share this. You need to tap the thumbs up, because you think they're going to show you this on CNN? Of course not. You think they're going to show this chart on ABC with John Muir? Of course not. CBS? Nope. ABC? Nope. NBC? Not even close. They're never going to show this. But this is the absolute truth. Thank you, Laura. I will mention that to her. She will love that. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate that. So RFK Jr. off the ballot in Michigan, North Carolina, hopefully off the ballot everywhere sooner than later. I know he's working on that. Trump's sentencing in the hush money trial delayed till after the election. It was supposed to be coming up in like less than a week, right? Or a week and a half, maybe. Delayed, gone. Everybody thought they were going to imprison him, which would have sealed the fate of the election. I think it would have been a landslide if they would have arrested him and put him in prison. And it is my, I'm of the opinion, it is my thought, my notion that they're going to completely dismiss all the charges. It's just a matter of time. If they had the only purpose of bringing it up was to hopefully smear him, hopefully ruin his ratings, hopefully ruin his approval. It did anything but. It did the exact opposite. And so I think they're going to dismiss the charges. I think it's over. And it's just another huge win. It's just another huge win. And again, I don't like to look at polls, but poll numbers are showing from trusted sources. Poll numbers are showing that, he just keeps gaining. He just keeps gaining, which is fantastic. He just keeps gaining. Okay, check this out. Gavin Newsom, the worst governor in the history of the United States of America, who's still upset about being snubbed at the DNC. So Gavin Newsom has vetoed the Assembly Bill 1840, which is a bill that seeks to aid illegal immigrants with down payments, basically free down payments of $150,000. Gavin Newsom has vetoed it. He's vetoed it. And so this is really, really big news because a lot of people are saying, wow, they were surprised. Well, why did he, isn't this something he's for? Of course he's for this. Of course he's for this. So it's called AB 1840. It would, again, just to real kind of give you a little gist behind it. It would have allowed illegals to apply for states' first-time home buyers assistance with loans of $150,000, which regular American hardworking true blue citizens can't even apply for, which is absolutely insane. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh my goodness, wow, he actually did something right. What's going on here? Man, maybe he's not." No. He is vermin. He is swamp vermin. He is an absolute megalomaniac, narcissist, sociopath. He's the worst. The only reason he did this, believe me, he's going to find another way. He's going to find another way to get this bill passed. I promise you, he's going to find another way. There is no doubt in my mind that he is going to find another way. The only reason he did this, the only reason he vetoed this, is because they snubbed him at the DNC. That's it. That's the only reason. He blames it on funding, which essentially means California's broke. I've said this in many, many videos and live streams. I've said that California, he has absolutely, with the help of Kamala Harris, by the way. Remember, Kamala Harris was the district attorney of San Francisco. San Francisco is now a dystopia. You can't even walk down the streets, in San Francisco without fear of being accosted, robbed, stabbed. Crime has skyrocketed there. Businesses, residents are leaving every single month in the thousands. It's a train wreck. California has the highest budget deficit in the history of its state. Kamala Harris was attorney general after mayor. We have the largest, highest illegal crossings in the history of the state. Highest levels of smash and grabs and crime in the history of the state. We've got the highest number of the largest exodus of small businesses and residents alike in the history of the state. The highest gas, highest taxes, I don't even think I need to go on. It's just basically become a train wreck. Thanks to Gavin Newsom and thanks to Kamala Harris, two of the most unqualified, overhyped hypocrites in the game. Trust me, he's going to find another way to get this through. The only reason he did this is because he got snubbed at the DNC. He got snubbed by the global elitists, by the DNC cabal, the Soros, Clinton, Obamas. He didn't even get a chance to speak. I mean, they even let Chuck the Buck Schumer, literally the most unpopular creature on planet Earth, they let Chuck the Buck talk. And they didn't let Newsom talk. Can you believe that? How in the world? I mean, you want to talk about feeling snubbed. It was so delicious, too. I loved every second of it. I loved every second of him getting snubbed. Which just, I mean, speaks to something so nefarious and so egregious, which is these guys treat our laws of the land. They treat people, they treat major affairs that affect our country. They play like they're kids in a sandbox. They're playing around with our tax dollars. They're playing around with our laws, our legislature. They're playing around with the governance of our lives like they're kids in a sandbox, my fellow Americans. It's an absolute travesty. Peter Ortiz, you're the man, the myth, the legend. Peter Ortiz with the $50 super chat says, with our help, DJT will lead our country to greatness once again. So you must vote and spread the word to your friends and family. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you, Peter. You are 100% right. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. By the way, let's talk a little bit about the debate. So, remember, we've got, thank you, Peter. You're amazing. Peter, you are absolutely amazing. Thank you. So, we've got RFK Jr. being taken off the ballot, rightly so. We've got Trump, the sentencing, the fake Don Juan Merchan, the Fannie Cash Money G Willis after the election. Jack Smith, his case is done. It's going to go through appeals. It's going to be years and years till that sees the light day of court. Fake Don Juan Merchan, the sentencing way after the election. So many things are happening that are good. So many things. We're building momentum. We have 60 days left until the most consequential election of our lives. We have the walkaway movement. We've got Dershowitz, a major figurehead of the Democratic Party, saying, I'm done. We've got people like Bill Maher even, who's a huge libertarian, saying, I don't even recognize this party anymore. We're seeing more and more people wake up to the fact that, my gosh, 4 years ago, I had more money in my wallet. 4 years ago, I could pay rent. 4 years ago, I could actually buy a home. 4 years ago, I could take a vacation. 4 years ago, I could travel abroad without being scared to death. Oh, wow. Interesting. We had no wars 4 years ago. Oh, wow. Interesting. There wasn't all this weird, strange, woke transgender ideology being shoved down the throat of my kids in school every day. Strange 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Wow. You know what? I could actually go down to the park, take my dog, take my kids without fear of being attacked, accosted by some zombie homeless person or criminal, trying to hurt me and my family. Oh, gee, as a business owner 4 years ago, I didn't have to worry about smash and grabs. I didn't have to worry about criminals being let loose all the time. Very strange. Oh, 4 years ago, I didn't have to worry about the border being an absolute deluge of criminals, thugs, cartels, millions and millions and millions of people who've harmed the American economy, who've harmed Americans, done more than harmed. I just can't even say it on camera. More and more people are finally waking up to this because they won't talk about this on the woke ideology, the woke mafia media. They won't talk about this on CNN, but more and more people are finding out the truth. I have to thank Nez Nation. Thank you so much, Mr. Kim Enterprises. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You're awesome. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. You guys, us, Nez Nation. We're nearing almost 350,000 subscribers. We just passed a major milestone of over 60 million views. 60 million views, my fellow Nez Nation. We're doing it. We're doing our part. This is the most patriotic, America-loving channel on planet Earth. We're doing it together. I love you guys. We're making a difference. We're spreading the word. We're getting consciousness out there. People are finally waking up. Not woke, waking up. And I'm here for it. And I'm loving every second of it. And I love you guys. Absolutely fantastic. We are going to go live during the debates. So you got to make sure that you subscribe. You got to make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter so you don't miss a thing, because we are definitely going to be going live during that first debate. You're going to watch Kamala Harris crumble. It's going to be even worse than what happened to Biden. There's a reason why she has evaded every reporter, evaded every press conference, refused every interview, and all she did. You know, there's some kind of a stat where Trump and Vance have done over 40 sit-downs, live town halls, question and answer, interview, press conference. Kamala's done one. And it was with the most softball network, the most allied, friendly news outlet, CNN, Dana Bash giving her puppy dog and ice cream questions. And she still did absolutely awful. She still committed a travesty. Even in an interview where everything was in her favor, she had all the advantage in the world. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, my fellow Americans? What does that tell you, Nez Nation? Oh, she's going to be dust. She's going to be dust come September 10th. There's no doubt she is going to crumble. The elites, Obama, Clinton, they're going to beg for Biden to come back. You don't think Biden's kind of secretly loving all this? Let me know in the comments what you think. You think Biden is kind of secretly loving? I promise I'm going to be Kamala Harris's most vocal volunteer. Yeah, right. We didn't see that. What happened to Jill? Jill was like all over when Biden was in power, when Biden was the nominee. What happened to Jill? You did so good, Joey. Here's a cookie. You did so good, JoJo. We love you, Joe. You answered a question. You're the leader of the free world. And I'm treating you like you're an infant, like a toddler. Oh, so pathetic. You don't think Joe's a little happy that Kamala's just absolutely burning up, coming into the atmosphere, into oblivion? Thank you, Peak Health. I love you. Thank you, Peak Health. Appreciate you. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. I do not want to celebrate prematurely. I do not want to spike the football early. I'm going to work 100x harder. I hope you will join me. The best thing that you can do right now, share this with everybody you know. Tap the thumbs up. It's free. It takes you less than a second. Sign up for our free newsletter. Comment, like, and let's get to work. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I may go live this weekend too. Maybe I'll do a live stream giveaway. Hint, hint. We had a fantastic 300,000 subscriber live stream giveaway. I gave away $300 in Amazon gift cards. Now, the only way that you can participate in the giveaway portion of the stream is if you become a member. But again, a member only costs you, $5. It costs you a cup of coffee a month. You spend more than that every single morning in the first 30 seconds of your day. I think that's not a lot to ask. A cup of coffee a month to support the greatest channel on earth trying to get our country back. Hello. I don't think that's a bad thing. Thank you, Laura Tilford. Thank you. Laura Tilford just posted the link in the chat. Okay, I'm going to give shout outs to all of the super chats and new members right now. I want to give a big, huge shout out to Chuck Kreiner. Thank you so much, CK. It's so wonderful to see you. Big shout out to JB. I got to go take my dog for a walk. Big shout out to Jim Barron for gifting 5 memberships. Holy macadamia nuts. You absolutely rock, JB. I'm such a huge fan of yours. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for all your understanding, all your hard work. Much appreciated. It's Just Kalani gifted 5 new memberships. Wow, look at that. That is amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. It's Just Kalani made member for a month. That is so awesome. Congratulations. Oh, Maria is a brand new member. Congratulations. By the way, get Laura Tilford's Discord account, her profile. And also on the community tab of our YouTube channel is a link to our Discord. If you go on the community tab and just kind of scroll to the members only a community tab post, which you should see, which should have the link to join our Discord. It is a fantastic Discord. Make sure you go hang out. Thank you, Annie. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm going to say Ani, sounds better to me for now, but let me know. Correct me. Thank you so much, Ani, for the $49.99 super chat. This comment means the world to me. Thank you, Professor Nez, for all your dedication in getting the truth out in the way that you do. I love your content and pray your channel keeps growing. Absolutely. You have no idea. Those words just melt my heart. I cannot tell you. We do work our butts off. I think about this channel pretty much 24 hours a day, especially now that we're in the heat. We're finally it's culminating to the actual election. These next 2 months, it's going to be absolute in fuego fire. Thank you so much, Andy. That means the world to me. Thank you, Peter Ortiz, for the $5 super chat. Members are asking if you can show the Carlson Vivek RFK conference. Yes, I'll see if I can do that without getting a copyright. I just need to double check a few things, but yeah, that sounds awesome. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate you. Wow, Peter Ortiz. I mean, Peter, you're a legend. Everybody give a round of applause. I mean, Peter, I cannot tell you how much you mean to this group. Look at this. Peter, you're absolutely amazing. I love you, man. You are phenomenal. Peter Ortiz with the $50 super chat. With our help, Donald J. Trump will lead our country to greatness once again. So you must vote and spread the word to your friends and family. God bless you and God bless America. I couldn't have said it better myself. Peter, you are phenomenal. Thank you, Mr. Kim Enterprises, for the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here and thank you. That means a lot. Armando, thank you for the $5 super chat, Armando. I believe in what you do. That is why I give the last of my money. Oh, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to give me the last of your money. I wasn't residentially challenged and broke when President Trump was in office. Hey, Armando, I really appreciate you, man. But if you want me to send this back to you, I'm happy to do that. I don't want you, if you're really, please don't donate. If you're having financial, I get it. Believe me, I get it. The best thing you can do for me is watch the videos, like them, and comment. This is all bonus, and it's so super appreciated. But I never want anybody to donate and give us super chats and super stickers if you're in financial straits. Please, 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 I beg you. God is good all the time. Thank you so much for the $1 super chat. You're absolutely right. I love that. Absolutely correct. God is good all the time. Thank you. So appreciate you. Jim Barron, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Absolutely, Joe is happy if he could remember why. Exactly. Yes, he is happy. Jesus Luna, welcome to being a new member. Make sure that you join our members-only Discord. This goes out to all new members. Make sure you join our members-only Discord. You can contact either Jim Barron, who's a mod, or Laura Tilford if she's still here. Hook up with them on Discord. They will send you a link to join our members-only Discord. Welcome. That is so awesome. I absolutely love it. I just want to say, again, a huge thank you to all the mods. We get the best mods in the business. I want to say a huge thank you. I love you guys so, so much. I got to go give my dog Blue a walk right now. He's probably scratching at my studio door here to get going. Love you guys so much. Stay tuned. We got so much more to come, so much more planned, so many more live stream giveaways. This is the best time to join our channel, the best time to subscribe. I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless